really late this morning. Not only did I leave the house in time to get my on spring break daughter some breakfast, I left my purse at home. I had to turn around and go back and get my purse. And then this morning I had to get up a little earlier to find something warm to wear, because just like my sister told me, wait, don't put your spring summer clothes out yet. We still have some days of fall winter, but of course I did not listen. I felt like I'm on spring break and I need to do this exchange now because I won't be able to do it later. I'll just be too busy. Okay, but guess what the happy news is? I got in the car and I turned on the radio, which I rarely do. I still try to mess with this phone, even though that's dangerous, and I shouldn't be doing that. But Rickey Smiley show was on, and that's Power 104.1 FM. I was so delighted. And listening to Porsha from Housewives, I was excited to hear her. She's a natural still on radio. She was announcing her movie coming out this weekend on Lifetime, Single Woman 3, with a lot of other black actresses, with a black director. And I loved how she and Rickey said they would go out later if she's around, and he said maybe Applebee's or Olive Garden, and she said, how about Piccadilly's? She says, I may be a cheap date, but I am an expensive life. At least I believe that's what she said. And I was like, that's great. A cheap date, but an expensive life. Now, I wanted to talk about my friends, of course, and that would be Trump and Elon Musk. Now, seriously, if Elon is wondering why people don't want his Tesla, why they're attacking it and it's on fire in some places, some dealerships, it's not because of Democrats. It's because people have lost their jobs. It's because you and your Doge are going through Americans' personal items, such as Social Security accounts and maybe their telephones and everything else, and bank accounts. So that's what's going on. That's why you're losing money. It's not anybody trying to do anything to you necessarily, but yes, they're trying to boycott you by doing those things, and that's simply disgruntled Americans as a whole. And I could have been listening to the Breakfast Club on K97 here, and that was something going on in this car. I don't know what that noise was. For all of the issues going on with Jess Hilarious and the New Girl and Charlamagne and DJ Envy, I think, Jess, you're going to lose your job. Anytime you get on the internet and you say things about your job, notice I try not to talk directly about where I work, you're probably going to be out. And the girl has already taken you to the office, and your whole demeanor when you were discussing the issues you are having with the Breakfast Club on air, and I was watching it on YouTube, your energy was off and bad and unhappy, and you can't help it that you have a New York accent, so you're gonna come across as a bully anyway. So I don't like people to lose their job, especially if they're out for a good reason like maternity leave. But I remember being in Chicago listening to 107.5, and Adele Givens was on there, and we know that was years ago. And I enjoyed Adele Givens. She had this little segment where she would say, let me see what's in my purse. And all of that was funny. But when she went out on vacation, there was this guy who came in. I don't know who he was anymore, but he was hilarious. He didn't go through his purse, but I think he went through his wallet, and then he did the top 10 things. And I hadn't heard that before. Now, I've heard something like that since, maybe on the Steve Harvey show. But that top 10 things every morning was hilarious. So needless to say, we never heard from Adele Givens again, unless we saw her in a movie or doing her stand-up. So when you are in the public eye like that, and you yourself, Jess, you pick that production lady to sit in for you, well, she really sat in for you. So don't be dismayed. You still have talent. Just sit at home when you get off the air and think about phase 3, or go back to phase 1 of your life and make it happen. You know, things are happening now all across this nation and world. I'm afraid the USA is no longer a world power, but a dictatorship that people can rally against instead of rally for. People are running away instead of running to. And it's okay. Change is inevitable. We just have to start where we can. Once a door closes, jump through a window. And that's all I have to say as I walk in with my head up high, late, going to work. So peace and blessings, love and joy, faith and grace and mercy. Signing off, Teach Jackie. Peace.